We're back on the magic of the musicals. It's Alex Belfield talking to the biggest stars in the West End. And let's be honest, right now, there's nothing bigger than Wicked. And the big star of Wicked right now is Alexa Kadim. How are you?
Hello, I'm okay, thank you.
It's lovely to talk to you. And of course, Sam Kelly, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you, Alex.
You're a bit of a legend, you are.
A legend. Yes, perhaps I am. I don't know whether I am or not. It's not for me to say, but thank you anyway.
Well, you've worked with everybody and you've done everything. We'll get to you in a bit because you're not the most attractive and my instinct is to talk to Alexia. Do you mind?
Yeah.
Alexia, I saw you in this show Wicked just a couple of months ago, and who'd have thought that you'd be there in this show because everybody else in the world wanted this gig and you got it?
And I never thought I ever would neither. It didn't even cross my mind at all, to be honest, that I'd even be auditioning for it. So, I mean, yeah, I'm still pinch me, I can't believe I've done it and I'm going back to do it again, so.
You're one of the few actresses I actually envy because I think this is a proper gig. This is like, I've got to go in and give 110% every show. There's no phoning it in. It's hard work, this job. Why did you accept it?
It's good point. I've not actually thought that one through. No, I mean, it's an amazing opportunity. It's like one of the biggest roles in the West End for a female to play, and I can't believe that I'm actually going to be going back in to kind of do it. But I mean, it's such a good piece, and Elphaba is an amazing role, and I wouldn't give that up for the world. I wouldn't give that up, no ways.
And it's a great story as well because you get to win everybody's hearts and you steal the show. And there aren't many roles in the West End where you get to do that, are there?
No, absolutely. She's such a good sort of character and somebody who a lot of people can relate to, be it adult, be it child. Everyone seems to have this thing for Elphaba, and I think it's because they can kind of reflect themselves within her, like be it that you've been bullied or whatever you've been through in your life, there's that connection with Elphaba, and I think that's why it has so many people come back all the time, because you really can connect with her. You can understand what she's going through. You've probably been in her shoes, so there's something about the show that kind of draws you in. It is an amazing show as well, but definitely the storyline is just brilliant.
Well, I love it because it's a spectacular. There's some great music in it, and I have an affinity with Elphaba because we're both, odd and deeply unattractive. That's the truth, isn't it?
No, you can't say that. No, you're gorgeous. You're lovely. No, she is. She's different because she's green. She's the only one who's green, and that's what kind of makes her different from everyone else. But I mean, she does have that longing to be. I mean, everybody who's, there is always that longing to be accepted, to be, and that's what she longs for, and she tries to find that through the wizards.
And I always cry at the end of it. I tell you why, especially the first half, because I feel my man boobs are defying gravity.
Defying gravity, it's great. I do like that one. It is good fun. Being able to fly every night is pretty cool, I have to say.
And that really does steal the show. And then, of course, we turn our attention to Sam Kelly, who comes on as the wizard. And you're the nice guy as well, but only to a point.
Yes, I can't sort of reveal much about him in a way, but he is a nice guy. But is he? And we have to wait and see, really. She finds out. Elphaba finds out that he's got a co-conspirator in Madame Morrible, and he's a bit shady, yes, but he's kind too, or is he?
And visually a bit creepy.
Visually a bit creepy, yes. Well, I can't help that. That's just me, Yes, but I mean, fantastic costume, the like of which I haven't worn for donkey's years, and a wonderful top hat, a wonderful coat, and all that. I can't wait. It's fantastic.
And a big opening as well. When you come on, it kind of scares everybody.
Yes, it's a great opening. I mean, this show is the most massive thing I've ever done, really, in 42 years. I mean, it's absolutely enormous. And then I watched Kerry. I haven't seen Alexia do it yet, really, but I watched Kerry and Diane do it, and I could not believe, and I still can't believe that Alexia and Diane will do it every performance, 8 shows a week. It is massive, and it's a sight to behold, really. It's extraordinary.
Because let's be honest, I mean, your gig is a bit of a walk in the park compared to Alexia's, isn't it?
Well, I have to confess it is, as long as I get it right. I've got some songs to do, and I very much, hope that I'm doing them all right. But it is, compared to what they do, yes, a walk in the park.
It must be great being you, because at this point they could choose a lot of people to do the role. There's a lot of old guys who are out of work in show business, but you're still contemporary and you're still there. Congratulations on that, because that's not easy in this business, is it?
Well, thank you. I mean, I saw some of these old guys, because I had to audition in the normal way for it, and I saw some of these old guys, some of whom I knew, traipsing up the stairs at the audition saying, you'll get it then, you'll get it. And me saying to them, no, you'll get it, I haven't got a chance. and then I got recalled for a second audition. I thought, oh dear, I'm actually in danger of doing this thing now. So I had to pull my socks up and try to get it, And but yes, I mean, I've been very lucky, and there are lots of actors of my generation still at it.
I want to talk to you about the feeling before you go on, Alexia, and how you get in the mood and get in the role. Because really, from the second you come on, you've got to deliver. It doesn't warm up this show. You've got big numbers right from the start, and they don't seem to stop until the curtain comes down. Firstly, how do you feel before a show, and how do you feel at the end?
I think before the show, I'm like, okay, how am I going to get through this? No, I think like initially when I first started, I was kind of like, okay, I have to remain focused, and I remember always kind of getting butterflies just before those doors open and I have to run down at the front. But I think it's just kind of being focused and taking it in bite sizes and not overthinking it, because I think when I panic, that's when it's kind of a bit more like it's harder to get through. And I think just enjoying it and going through the motions, I think that's what kind of gets me through the show, really. And by the end, you're like, oh, phew, I made it.
And how do you keep your bottle in the audition when you see all those important people in front of you? And again, like Sam was saying earlier, there's everybody around you who's going, oh, good luck, and they're thinking, I hope she don't get it because I want it. It's an odd feeling, an audition, isn't it?
It is an odd feeling, and I have to say, every single audition I had butterflies. I was so scared, even though we were going over like a lot of the same material and they were giving us notes and like to obviously like musically and kind of direction and stuff. I just, for the life of me, the whole time was really, really nervous, and the panel seemed to grow and grow and grow. So it just kind of made it worse, so to speak. There was someone new in the room every time, but yeah, no, it's scary. And I didn't actually see any alphabas while I was auditioning, so I didn't see any of the other people who were also going up for it, to be honest.
And let me have a look behind your earlobes, because I'm always nervous to see when I stand at the stage door and I say goodnight to Kerry or whoever it is. I'm always just curious to see, have you managed to get this horrible stuff off to make you green? It's awful, isn't it?
Some days I wake up and I'm like, why are my pillows green? Duh. No, it does take a minute. I mean, I tend to put a hat on my head and cover my ears. So, maybe you can't see it now, so I can get a good old scrub when I go home. Because it does like to stay a little longer than than it should.
And the one thing I've noticed about this show is the kids have fallen in love with it, and they call me up and they say, can you play a song from Wicked? They ain't saying that about many other shows. There's something about this story that touches kids.
Yes, it's the story too. It's not that the songs are hugely melodic, some of them are, but they're amazingly impressive songs. But it's not like Carousel or Oklahoma, where you perhaps go out singing the songs, but they have got such a special quality, the songs in this show, and the lyrics are so brilliant and so meaningful and quite deep, actually, and grown up, and I'm not surprised that everybody wants to hear them. They're fantastic.
And the orchestra is so beautiful as well. I mean, the guy who wrote this did Children of Eden, which was another favourite of mine. Just something about the way he writes. And I think the reason that it's still in the top 10 musicals in the world is because he doesn't waste any time with songs that you're thinking, OK, get on with it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I have to say, I mean, the other day I actually sat in the orchestra pit and listened to the music, and it was just phenomenal. It really, really is. Even just the detail and what the music is telling you, let alone the lyrics, it really gets you in the heart. And actually through the lyrics, the story is really being told. Aside from the script and us going through on that journey, the lyrics are doing a lot of the work to support that story.
You've been very lucky because before this you were in The Lion King, which is another just spectacular show that just tugs at the heart and has a point to it, as well as being spectacular in showbiz and all that. And this is the same. Can I ask you how it feels? The same with Nala as you're playing with Elphaba. When that pin focus comes at you and you're the only thing on that huge stage and it's all about you with that orchestra playing for you, is there any way of summing up how that feels?
You know, when I'm on the stage and it is just me, I do kind of forget that the audience is there, and I really kind of then try to reflect on the words and deliver that. And you do, sometimes you get so caught up in it emotionally that that's what I think makes it work. And I don't know really how to explain that feeling. It's, you get so caught up in, you become in your own bubble, like it, you know, like the Wizard and I. It's all about Alpha being in this bubble. Like for the first time, she's been told that, you know, like she actually can make good. You know, she's been shunned her whole life, and for the first time, and it's that whole bubble. It's that same feeling. I'm connecting with Alpha now, you know, where you're just in that bubble and it's your own world, and you're letting go.
The thing I loved about you, and I'll say it to your face as I've said it to everybody else, is your cuteness and your ability. And you need that. We need to kind of fall in love with you. We don't want the best singing, tallest, most gorgeous theatre actress in this. We need somebody who we love and is warm and is cute. And you've got that. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what to say now. It's really sweet. I think it's just kind of differentiating the two, the younger Elphaba and the older Elphaba. The first time we see Elphaba coming into her own is defying gravity. You know, the Wizard and I'm not that girl. That's a different side of Elphaba. That's Elphaba on her own, like in her room, you know, kind of reflecting and thinking through things, you know. But yeah, I think it's important that we get the two different, where she grows. It takes us on her journey a bit more, I think.
And Sam, as for you being cute and warm, well, you're funny and you're brilliant. I'm not going to say cute and warm.
Oh, you can if you like. I'm quite cute and warm. But you're right about Alexia, because it's those qualities are. I can see watching her. I know she's sitting here, but I can just talk to you. I can see, watching her, what care was taken in the casting of that of the part, and how right they are. Very important.
Congratulations on the show. It's the big show in the West End and on Broadway and everywhere else in the world as well. Wicked is just a great show for the family. And if you want to be uplifted at this time of depression and pig flu and all that's going on, put your woes aside for about 2.5 hours and go and see Alexia and Sam in Wicked. Guys, thank you very much for talking to me.